May, the month of packing up and leaving a home. May was the last month I lived in Rennes, France. For one final time, mes proches gathered at my house a week before leaving. They sat on my bed and watched me pack. It took 2 hours to fill my suitcases with the life I collected over 9 months.
Regarde là-bas. Est-ce que tu nous vois?
12 wine bottle corks, loads of going out tops, in Uniqlo sweaters, in jeans, stretched by my walking legs. The yellow shoes turned gray from beer-spilled floors. My Shrek poster, Sylvia Plath, every drawing made by my little host sister, every note from a classmate, every birthday card and photo booth memory. I left out a few pieces of clothing to wear during my last few days here. I picked my airport outfit, and I couldn't believe it was time.
C'est pas toujours facile quand il fait noir.
My room was empty, yet I left it so full. My parents asked about May 22nd, and I said, on the bus there were tears, but that was to be expected. 9 months had passed, and I couldn't wait to be home with you all again. But I didn't describe the way I felt while hugging my host sister for the last time, or how right as I started to call Rennes home, we left. I never mentioned how I wanted to beg, Rennes, let me stay just long enough to tell these people, once the strangers who flooded throughout my new life, how much they mean to me. Because I know that would take a lifetime.
Un funambule au bout du fil. Peut-être un île, vie indocile.
Testing, say that.
Testing.
Wait, start talking now?
Hello.
Alright,
Test.
Alright, perfect. So,
Les cigarettes fanées.
how was your experience as a parent sending me to France?
It was a wonderful experience at first, and then it got harder and harder the more I missed you and I felt that we grew apart.
It was an easy decision for me before you went because I knew that this would be a good thing for you and that you would do well in France. Once you got there, I will say it was very hard for me, especially those first few months. Just I don't know, just the day-to-day was just different. So I would go by your room and you weren't there, or you know, when I would cook dinner at night and you would usually be in the kitchen or at least in the, you know, in the living room to where we could talk, and often that would turn into us dancing and laughing. So it was hard because I missed you as my daughter, like I worried about you as my daughter, but then I also just personally missed my friend.
J'ai beau me dire que demain il fera.
So it was a long time. 9 months was longer than I kind of thought it was going to be.
There was that moment where it was super scary when I got a phone call from your number, and I knew you were traveling from Nice back to Paris, and your phone rings, or you call my phone, the number appears, and I'm excited to chat with you. It's the middle of the day, and instead of hearing your voice, I hear a group of 3 men speaking in French to me, and I had no idea what they were saying, and they were definitely in a hurried, pace. I didn't know what to do, so I hit the record button, and as soon as they heard that, they hung up, and I immediately thought the worst, and frantically called you back. They didn't answer, and then thankfully they were just trying to return your phone, but there was that moment there where I realized how helpless, we were here in the States with you so far away, and I also realized that these fears were, ill-founded because you were clearly okay.
You inspired me, for sure, with your bravery and your adventure. You inspired me to learn French, something I've always wanted to do. It was on my bucket list since I was in high school, and I never really just went for it. And having you be gone inspired me to download Duolingo and do it every day. And I'm on, I think, day 185, and I'm getting more confident. And I'm grateful for you for inspiring me to do that.
The 30% side of being a dad was wishing you weren't out on the beach till 5 a.m. with strangers. But then the 70% side of me was thinking that's fantastic and exactly the kind of thing I want you to experience and live and do that's different, and it just seemed like a bold, cool thing. When I heard about the topic of your podcast about things you didn't tell your parents, I was so tickled with that. I thought that was fantastic. That was, to me, mission accomplished, where you actually went and did things that you knew were beyond safe and normal and our permissions, and that was the best indicator that you were growing up and it was going great. And that I also love that we have this relationship where though you didn't tell us then, you found this amazingly creative way to tell us now. None of these things seem like big deals or deal breakers. It's just these delightful little day-to-day reminders that you're becoming your own person, living your own life, and doing things that were breaking the rules was the point.
J'ai beau me dire que demain il fera beau, je crains le pire et soudain